Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Dave.
And I'm Steven.
Welcome to the Beardyheads Gamecast. Episode number 6. We've made it to 6. We've almost made it to 7. And if we make it to 7, that's the average number of podcasts before a podcast goes away forever.
I figured that was when we were going to freak out and kill each other.
It might be.
Like in the studio?
Nice.
It might be.
Starting off early. The creepiness there. Okay.
Oh, I mean, it's not so creepy, you know.
Shut up, Jake.
Welcome to episode 7. Today we're going to be talking about some stuff.
What we usually do.
And some things that are related to gaming. We do tend to do that.
That's kind of what this premise is all about.
Let's start off. Let's talk a little bit about what we've been playing since it's been about 2 weeks since we recorded the last podcast. So Steve, what are you playing?
I just finally started playing Dying Light.
Oh, fucking finally!
Well, I got a PC built because, you ruined Christmas a couple times, but then we fixed it, and so...
I fixed Christmas!
You fixed Christmas in
just in
February.
time for Easter.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. But yeah, I started playing Dying Light, and by starting it, I played 30 minutes of it, and I haven't played it since because I don't have any free time. But I've enjoyed the time that I've spent with it, even though I haven't killed anything yet. I can see the anxiety, though.
It gets so anxious when you're running from things.
I can't wait. I really want to play that with people, so we need to.
Oh, I am really, really looking forward to some 4-player co-op with that game.
You don't even need 4-player. We can just do 3-player if we can't find a 4th.
We need to do this. Now, Dave, I know what you've been playing because I have been editing it for you, but why don't you tell the good people?
I went all indie. I picked up Firewatch.
Nice.
And you hated it.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it was awful.
There are definitely some nitpicks because, I don't know. I can't go too far into it because it would spoil it. But if you've watched it, it starts off and it starts giving you one idea and then the story kind of changes completely. But the characters are just so well made and the dialogue is so natural and the voice acting is beautiful.
I think it's a very immersive game. I'm enjoying watching it.
I mean, it's not unless you're really into story-driven games. That's what it is. There's not a whole lot of extreme gameplay. It's basically you're exploring. But if you want to get into a short story, perfect game.
Yeah. It looked really, really story heavy. Steve, you said it reminded you of The Shining.
Yeah. There's a couple parts and I'm like, am I going crazy?
Yeah. I can definitely see that because there are parts where you're just, wait, what? What?
Yeah. I still haven't watched your playthrough of it, Dave, because, I watched, I think the first episode because I wanted to see what it was all about.
Incidentally, talking about The Shining, I did name a turtle in that I found Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The thing about, though, if you're not sure what kind of game this is, to be warned, the opening of the game for the first 12 minutes is answer this questionnaire.
Man. It's like a choose your own adventure.
It's like a questionnaire, but it's interesting. But the actual gameplay doesn't start until after that. You want to call it
interesting, but it is so depressing.
Oh yeah, it's like the beginning of Up. It's sad.
Yeah, it's just one depressing thing after another.
Considering what the beginning of Up led to, that is a great. That's a good endorsement.
Yeah, that's a great story.
What you got there, Jake?
Oh man. Steve bought me some digital crack.
Yeah, you've been yelling a lot, I've heard.
I have been yelling a lot. I've been rage quitting a lot. I've been playing XCOM 2.
Nice.
Oh my fucking god. That fucking game, dude. I love it and hate it. But I love how much I hate it.
It's so rewarding.
It's so rewarding to be good at. Yeah, that game... I don't know. You played XCOM 1. I don't know if you played XCOM 1.
Yeah,
it's good.
You really should play XCOM 1.
Hey, my birthday's coming up.
Well, enemy unknown.
Hint, hint.
An enemy with wings.
Well, I mean, it goes super cheap, so you might just get it.
I mean, you can find the whole thing for $7 half the time.
Yeah, a lot of times it goes on sale for about $7.50 on Bundle Stars or on Green Man. First of all, the game starts with the premise that you failed as the XCOM commander in the first game. And it's not the old XCOM commander failed. It is you failed. And that everything that you experienced that told you were meeting a victory was in your head because the aliens captured you and put you onto a network and made you wargame with other things on that network.
Wait, so they basically they take you and like, oh, this is how they're gonna operate.
XCOM
So
1
they figure
kind
it
of
out.
didn't happen.
XCOM 1 happens in your head.
It happens. So basically, they're like learning from you and like, oh, this is what. So this is what they'll do. So now we're prepared.
So the crazy part about this
That's why the
is
second one is so fucking hard, probably.
the crazy part about this is that means XCOM 1 and XCOM Enemy Within, Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within are both technically canon.
Yeah.
Like both of those wildly different story. I mean, the stories were essentially the same. They had about the same beats, but like one of them, you could carve people's arms and legs off and put them into a robot, you know. And the other one, you could give them crazy superpowers, you know. And one of them was pretty simple. It was just a basic, you know, hey, we have like a, we can make people psychic now. And the other one was like, well, we can turn people into Superman. And it turns out both of those happened because they didn't happen. It's a fucking mindfuck. That's the best I can figure it.
I watched because I cut the first episode for you, and I was like, this is a little crazy here.
Oh, yeah. I really like what they did there.
Went right down the rabbit hole, did you?
Oh, man. On top of that, this is probably, honestly, one of the most challenging games I've played.
So what kind of game is it? You didn't really say.
This is it's turn-based strategy.
Okay.
It's squad-based. So you have like a squad of 4 to 6 guys.
Oh yeah, I can already see how this will piss you off because you're such a perfectionist. You can't let anything die.
I don't like letting my men
permadeath.
die. You get permadeath, so unless your guys can get killed, but they're bleeding out. So if you get them off the battlefield or get them stabilized in time, then they survive. And I did that in a mission I just played yesterday. But for the most part, when an alien shoots you, if it shoots you and it shoots you bad enough to kill you, you just die. And that happens a lot. And there's a lot of rage reloading, a lot of save scumming going on.
I kind of missed that about some games with the permadeath. Like there was Hidden Dangerous 2, where your characters would die permanently.
Fire Emblems like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a game. Permadeath. It's totally, holy crap, man! And you get attached. I don't know if you got attached to your XCOM soldiers, Steve.
I did once they got promoted a lot, and
because I didn't want to start over.
They were very, very powerful and had a lot of perks, and then they died. I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to see if I can grind another soldier out or reload that save and go back an hour?
Yeah.
What to start all over again, basically.
It's a time management thing for me with that.
Yeah, so XCOM 2, it's been taking a lot of time. It would take a lot less time if I was just able to let people die. If I was able to let people die, wouldn't be having this problem.
Fair enough. I mean, but you got to let go sometimes, Jake. Especially at polygons.
Your heart will go on.
I guess it will. But yeah, you were talking about Dying Light earlier. I know me and Dave played a lot of that.
Yes.
And we talked about it in the last game where it was
one of our top 10.
Or in the last podcast we talked about it. It was one of our top 10 of the last year. So you've only played 30 minutes. I'm guessing you got past like the tutorial.
Yeah, I did the tutorial.
Like
I went and talked to the crazy doctor guy. I went and talked to Ben Carson in his trailer.
But you haven't
he gave me a shot.
You haven't killed anybody yet? You should have been able to kill something by then.
I just ran past zombies. I mean, they're there.
Part of that's fun. Like, and following, there's like huge fields of zombies.
I noticed that.
And I was trying, like, I even freaked out because I was like, you know what? I'm going to kill some zombies. It's like, oh shit, this was a bad idea. I am surrounded.
My favorite thing to watch you in the following is when you get in your dune buggy. It's not a car. Because, you're relatively a little safe in a car. I mean, you just got to worry about the window break. You're in a dune buggy in this game. I mean, they can just grab you.
They grab on.
There's no door. I mean, they're just like, oh, they eat you while you're in your car,
You haven't seen it yet. You do later start upgrading it.
Okay.
You do, like, I do have a door now.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good upgrade. That's the first upgrade you should get.
A door.
I have a door next to window.
But I mean, it's just amazing. I love it when they grab onto the front and you can they're holding onto the front of your dune buggy. You can like punch. It's kind of funny because it always looks like he's just punching them right in the crotch.
Yeah.
So
I've been wanting to play this game since it came out, but it reminded me. I mean, it's obviously like Dead Island. It has a lot in common with its same developer of the first one.
yeah,
And the problem with Dead Island is it's not fun by yourself. I mean, it's okay, but it's boring. It's just you have wacky adventures when you have your friends playing co-op with you. And so I was just waiting to play it on a platform where I had people because you don't have an Xbox One. So
not yet.
yeah,
Not yet.
but.
Not yet. One day.
We'll work on that.
Yes, but I mean, I bought it on Steam and I got it for like $20 while it was on sale, and I bought The Following because I was like, it's out, I'll buy it. Why not? I'm hours away from The Following though. I'm like 15 hours away from playing that. I don't think you can start it until you beat the main one. I could be wrong,
I
though.
don't think so because it kind of the following so far
The
is
sequel.
yeah. I mean, it actually runs off of what happens in the
Well, the
first
thing I like about I think what they did right with this game was like, should we make a sequel to Dying Light that takes years and years, or should we just make an expansion and release it a year later? And
it kind of feels like the old like StarCraft is my first example. It's like, oh, well, we have so much more of the story, but we don't want to take so long to make a full game, and we don't want to get into that habit of every year.
yeah,
So let's just give them this little game,
take
but
3
make
years
it,
to make a sequel though.
yeah, but
Or
and make it
expansion.
like where there's enough to do. Where it's like, oh, it's not a full game, but it's not like, oh, here's just a little thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, I mean, it's a pretty game.
Gorgeous game.
It's silly. I'm really digging the music in the opening menu. That's pretty cool. But,
Music in the opening menu.
Actually,
in the
I don't
opening
think I
menu,
can
the
think
music
about
is pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
You know, I really just kind of enjoy all the music in that game, even the
Yeah.
background. I mean, it's perfect because I don't really think of it right away because it's.
Well, there was a part. I mean, I mentioned the anxiety about it where I was on a rooftop and I'm looking down and I was like, oh, I just got to get over there. I'm like, there's a shitload of zombies on the ground there. Just run by them, I guess.
Anxiety is one of my
I
favorite
was just like,
things.
do I want to take my time and fuck with these people as a level 1? Whatchamacallit? I just run.
A level 1 who's watch it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, well that's
I'll have to play it.
this sounds all
Yeah.
like we've had a productive week.
Yeah.
At least in what
I
we've
have
played,
had a very
yes.
productive week.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add one on there. Actually, I'm gonna get a twofer.
Yeah, that other one we've been playing.
I was gonna say because we've all played it. Is the Division beta?
Yeah.
So I've been playing the open beta. Dave, you played with me last night.
That was fun.
Oh man, dude,
Now you know what I'm talking about.
that's I can see that game getting really fun. Chris did have a good point. In that if it just becomes the story missions are kind of fun, but to really get good gear, you have to go to the dark zone and you have to deal with assholes in the dark
That's
zone.
exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's like Destiny, really.
That's
It's an
unfortunate.
MMO.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, I understand why it's gonna happen.
that's exactly what I told him. Is I was like, it's an MMO, like it's a multiplayer online game.
Well, the thing I like about Destiny is I can step away from it for months and come back and still have fun with it.
Yeah,
I can see the Division being like, I don't know if they're going to do support for the Division as long as Bungie claims they are for Destiny, but we'll see. I mean,
I could see if they're going to release
play it.
regular story updates and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I will play through.
they
it.
need to do
I'll
it
play through them.
more
We'll
often
do them
than
like
Bungie.
once a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like what I've seen so far at a Division. Like one thing you've told me about Destiny is, story-driven gamer. Like Destiny, you have to go and dig through a story.
Yeah.
And so far in the Division, it's like no, they've got cutscenes. They're telling you what's
Yep.
up.
They did that year 2 of Destiny after everybody bitched about it.
Well,
but the Division, I think, is looking at. I
do
think when they developed it, they looked at Destiny's faults and were like, "Let's not do
I
those."
think some
things.
developers are like getting to the point where they're thinking, oh, it'll be so much easier, or people don't really want the story, and then like, no, people really do.
Yeah.
Like Kojima, one of the complaints for Metal Gear Solid 5, there
Optional.
wasn't enough.
Yeah. Well, the with the Division, I mean, in the closed beta at least, I haven't played the open one yet, but they locked out a bunch of that story for spoilers' sake. They didn't want to tell you what it is because you still don't know what
Yeah.
an agent is. I have my suspicions, like you're like a sleeper agent in case shit hits the fan.
I did notice that they don't
Yeah.
tell you what is an agent. They
No.
don't tell you what's the JTF. They don't
Yep.
tell you what anything is that's going on. Just that something's going on. You're part of it.
And it's
Go-
not in any
go
of the
get to
marketing
work.
materials. Like if you go online trying to see what is the Division about, all you know is a virus killed a bunch of people in New York.
We don't even know what exactly the virus did.
Can I just say this real
That's the
quick?
best way to transfer a virus.
I said it about 5 times over the weekend during the open beta, but I'm going to say it again. Thank fucking God there's finally another goddamn game where there's a plague and there's not zombies because of the fucking plague.
Oh, not yet. I guarantee you there's going to be something.
Yesterday during our stream yesterday, I was like,
so.
Jake, I'm gonna be excited when we're playing one day, and then all of a sudden, fucking zombies.
Zombies.
They're
Goddamn zombies.
They're gonna do like a twist. They're gonna try to do it like Halo did, where it's like, wait, what is the flood? Oh shit, zombies!
Zombies
Everywhere.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's really weird though, because I'm just wondering what this virus just killed everyone, or
did you see the Sam Fisher goggles?
No.
There are Sam Fisher goggles on. The ugly Asian chick that's typing on a computer, the one with the
crew cut.
The crew cut one. Behind her on a little table, there is Sam Fisher goggles.
Oh.
Because it is a shared universe with Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell and all.
Oh,
that.
Really?
It's the Tom Clancy universe, yeah.
Well, I didn't think it was the same universe. I mean,
Supposedly
some of the games.
Supposedly it is, yeah.
Oh, supposedly Uncharted and Last of Us are in the same universe.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a newspaper in Uncharted 3 about the
that's
the
off topic.
fungus thing.
Yeah, it's off topic, but
Well, if you go on your Uplay account, the Tom Clancy, they have everything broken down by your universe. They have Assassin's Creed universe, and it's every game because they're all in common. But there's a Tom Clancy universe, and it's every Tom Clancy one.
Interesting.
In my mind, they are all related. I think the division is far in the future, though.
I wonder if the virus is relegated to just New York then.
It seems like they quarantined that shit out real quick, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they quarantined New York, and now you're helping to clear out New York.
What do you think of the scale of the city?
It feels surprisingly small.
Really? Well, you're in a small section, too.
Yeah, and they don't give you a lot in the open beta to play with.
They give you, like, the pier and
I think I've
Chelsea.
only been in 2 of the dark zones, and most of the time I'm following other people around. So it could be that the city is huge, and it just all kind of looks similar.
It's big. It's pretty big. And I think they do cut you out from Brooklyn, I think, is not going to be in the final game. I think that'll be DLC. Really, if they just map out all of New York, eventually, it's going to be great.
I will say that there are some places in the dark zone they're going to have to redesign, because there were definitely some times last night when we were running into guys who were
easy to hide. So easy to ambush people too.
Well, it was more these guys were, I can't remember what it was they were doing, but they were basically like in a place where it was impossible to get them.
Yeah.
Like it was like 10 of us.
It's on the top of a parking garage, wasn't it?
It might have been. It might have been. There's one place up there where you just can't get them. Like there was 10 of us and 4 of them, and they just slaughtered us.
I helped some guys once, and they were, sending their equipment up in the helicopter, and I hung out with them, and I shot people as they tried to come over there, and they were fine. And then I shot my flare up to put my gear up because I guess I didn't make it to the little helicopter thing in time.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I did that, they just shot me. And
they just rogued you?
Like, you motherfuckers.
That's because people are jackals.
People are dicks.
Oh, man. That is the lesson I've learned.
I do have 2 complaints about the game, though. I hope they address it. I wish there was more of a stealth element, like you could crouch down and sneak into position. And also, since I've been using, I have this really good sniper rifle, so I've been trying to, provide support, but I don't really have any, good places to get up where I can see things and provide support.
Yeah. You don't have any good cover spots with elevation. That's very true.
I do say that the cover system is great.
Cover system's good. I'm with Dave. I would like a little bit of a stealth element, so when I'm setting up ambushes, especially against AI.
I'm talking about the controls. You look at it.
Oh, absolutely.
And you hold down A and he just boop.
Absolutely. Well, I use the keyboard.
As long as you don't forget to...
I'm a person.
Shoot. I can shoot accurately.
Okay.
I can shoot accurate. It's not so much about accuracy.
I got aim assist. I don't need to be accurate.
That's true. The moment.
But yeah. No, I kind of wish that there was a little bit more stealth, Dave. I'm with you. That I kind of wish that there was a little bit more of a way you could open a door slowly and then sneak up on some guys, and then do a flanking ambush, and maybe while they're
there's different character classes, and in my beta you're just stuck with whatever a guy, but I mean there's supposedly a support class, and maybe there is a a skill tree with stealth options.
Maybe
Get some of that Ghost Recon Invisi camo like in that last one they had.
That's true.
I mean,
Let's hope so.
how different could the closed beta have been versus the open?
I don't know.
I
I'd have to
doubt
play
there
the
was
open
very
beta.
much.
I think the
difference
closed
at
beta
all.
just had the people who paid money.
Who got into it.
Yeah, we just got it early. That's all.
Yeah.
I think it's the same beta.
Probably. I am looking forward to it. It did sell me on getting the game.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up.
So
I was already sold on it, but
I could see that being a pastime.
I'll
you know?
probably pre-order it with this.
it's.
next-
I think.
I don't think it's going to be anything I'm merry.
I think it's going to be
Right.
one of those games where I'll play it more than y'all eventually because I'd like Destiny style games. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of those that I'll just like, I want a better gun. I'm going to go do more of the things.
It's one of those games I think would just be good for us to just like, oh, we just want to record us cracking jokes and having fun.
Yeah.
And screw around.
Like regular nightly, weekly streams and stuff like that. I think it'll be good for that. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break. We're going to have some tunes for you. When we come back, we're going to have some news. All right, well, welcome back. Speaking of the Division,
Yeah, I've got some news about the Division.
yeah, what do you got for us, Dave?
Well, apparently it's like the first big budget project game, big AAA game that is actually going to have eye tracker support at the beginning.
So this is different than Track IR.
A bit. Track IR, from my understanding, is basically like, you move your head and it
moves your head
moves your
around
head
on the screen. Yeah.
This is where it actually pays attention to where your eyes are looking on the screen.
Huh.
Like,
That's cool.
One of the things they said is the HUD. Like, you'll have the map up there in the corner, and if you're not actively looking at it, it'll go opaque, so it won't be as noticeable, so might not distract you. But if you look at it, it'll come fully detailed. You'll be able to see it perfectly.
Makes sense. I like that.
They also were talking, cover. Like, you just look, and then he'll run the cover. You don't have to actually move your controller.
That might be a trial and error thing.
Yeah, that
I
might be.
mean,
It might be a
I
little
didn't say
crazy
cover!
for me.
It'd be like basically controlling an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah,
I didn't want to climb that fucking tree.
I didn't want to do that. Why are you doing the thing?
And also, the one that I do like is they're talking about making it where you look at an enemy and it'll tag them.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, I just thought it was interesting. I was like, this is an interesting way to go with gaming. Like, not sure if I'm really sold on VR, but definitely more user input, but not like the Wii.
Yeah. That could be pretty cool. I mean, I was thinking when I was looking at it in the menu, I saw the options for it. And I was like, oh, that must be like Track IR or something. And like maybe you can like use your head to look around and like look over cover and stuff like that. But eye tracking, I mean, that's sort of weird. I've never heard of nothing like that.
It's just one of those
does it.
things.
Does it?
It'll scroll the text with your eyes.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
I
not
turned it
really-
off because I didn't want it. Because
It's
it
not-
would move my fucking phone. I'm like, I didn't want to do that.
Wait, why are you scrolling?
Yeah.
It's not new technology or anything, but
No.
it's definitely interesting that we're going to at least get a chance to see it in a game.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, just something to get you a little more involved without maybe going through all of the VR.
I like the fact where if you look in the corner, you can have your HUD appear. If it's customizable, I'd like it. I don't want it to have no customization where I wanted to see how much ammo I have, not hide behind that pillar.
I'm pretty sure it's going to have customization.
Yeah.
That's the feel I got from the article I read.
That's good.
But since
Because I can take cover like a man,
like a man,
I can take cover by pushing A.
I can just use
got
the
a
space
button.
bar.
I can just do that.
I don't know what you're saying. Spacebar.
What is?
Are we typing?
I don't understand.
Are we-
What
are
are
we
we
going-
writing a novel?
Are we gonna go visit that bar in space with the aliens?
It's the bar on the bottom of the keyboard, guys. It's the one whenever you want to.
What is this artifact?
You know, like the thing you use to jump in
Keyboard.
FPS games.
What's
A?
a keyboard?
You know, also like in old Wolfenstein games, you would use it to open doors.
I mean, A.
Oh my god, you guys are Philistines.
How many fingers do you need when you play video games on a keyboard?
On keyboard, as many as I can use.
Okay, because I can play a game with my thumb and my trigger
I
fingers.
just have this picture
right.
of
Like a man.
That's why I don't have to go to like menus. I can just hit hotkeys.
You know, I have this picture.
Why would I
of
need to go to a menu? I hit Y to switch guns. Duh.
I have this
I can hold down left bumper and doop, there it is.
You mean E?
E?
Yeah, E.
just see this picture of Jake with his feet up on the fucking table, and somehow he's learned to hit buttons with his toes as well.
I remember the first time I tried to play a first-person shooter with a keyboard and mouse. I was like, how do I switch guns? Because I'm thinking of Doom, 1, 2, 3, 4. To switch my, BFG is like 8 or whatever. And I was like, oh, the scroll wheel on my mouse. And then I accidentally scrolled too much. I was like, oh, I'm out of ammo in this one. Oh shit, I didn't want a crowbar. I didn't want that at all.
Playing
Half-Life.
Good old Half-Life. Steve, so you went a little esoteric. Got into the British Journal of Psychiatry.
Right.
I noticed.
Well,
It's a weird place.
To be fair, this was on IGN's website, but they went to the British Journal of Psychiatry.
They did the legwork.
They
for
did the
you.
legwork.
You lazy bastard.
This Nicole Carpenter wrote the article. Yeah, I was looking for news stories, and I didn't want to find one about, there's an XCOM 2 patch to fix the things and blah, blah, blah.
Which there is.
Yeah, there is, of course.
Of
But no, virtual reality could help depression. That's what this study has.
I was reading the article,
And I guess-
the way they're doing it is really interesting.
I guess our sorry asses need to go invest in VR technology.
And then this is from the article. 15 patients with depression from ages 23 to 61 received virtual reality therapy for a month, 9 of which reported reduced symptoms. 4 of those 9, the study said, had a clinically significant drop in depression. They donned the virtual reality headset for just 8 minutes, 3 times a week.
So did you read how they're doing it? What they're doing is you have a virtual child.
Yep.
It's crying. You go and you comfort the virtual child. And then
Guessing you shouldn't shake it.
don't shake the child.
They will
because
stop
then
crying.
The next thing
Eventually.
is the virtual child is then you, and whatever you did to comfort the virtual child then gets done to you. And then that's how they're treating
I
it.
can see that
And
getting
then
kind of twisted.
The game ends with BWAM.
You were the child the whole
Babyception.
time. I was the bird.
Does the top stop spinning?
Sounds very interesting. Like, who was it doing the study again?
The British something or other, University College London and the Catalan Institution for Research and Advanced Studies. Jesus Christ, they have a long name. University of Barcelona.
Wait, now we're in Spain?
University College London and Catalan Institution for Research and Advanced Studies at the University of Barcelona.
Okay. So it's it's an international,
Yeah, but the
Project.
study is published in the British Journal of Psychiatry.
or that's what you found because we read English.
And then on IGN, yes, I read American, but IGN had the article, and it was pretty interesting. So yeah,
that is interesting.
that's
I
a
mean,
good way to make you feel better about yourself.
possibly.
Oh, I'd try it. I'll try just about anything to get rid of this shit, though.
Try anything.
I would not anything.
Don't try everything.
I already tried putting a gun in my mouth, and that was a terrible idea.
Tasted gross.
Yeah,
It
You
did.
don't know, you never know where that thing has been. Plus, then you gotta clean it
I mean, I stored it in my waistband and
after you chicken out.
chicken out.
Damn.
This went dark. Honestly, I don't know what would happen if I did it because I'm a sociopath. I don't care about that baby. Can I
Just
shake it?
shut up!
What?
Hey, it reminds me of that one game where you have to stop the baby from killing itself.
Oh yeah, where the baby
In
goes
that
like
game we play with you all the time.
No.
no. So what is it called?
But basically,
Baby Daddy.
I
I think it was Baby Daddy or something like
It's
that.
an Oculus. Is it an Oculus game?
It has
I think
Oculus
it
support.
is.
Yeah, where
I
one of you is
vaguely
going around
remember
as
it.
the baby, and the other guy, it's basically QWOP.
Yeah.
Or not QWOP. It's basically Surgeon Simulator, except you have to stop the baby from killing themselves.
I mean, every video I watch, the baby goes straight into the oven.
Yeah, it seems to be the
People are
best way to kill the
terrible.
baby.
Or you just eat a bunch of batteries. Because you open up the cabinet in the kitchen, you just eat all the batteries.
Ah,
Because you can eat a battery by just hitting E.
VR.
You don't even have to find the battery. You just hit it.
You walk up to it, and you just hit E. You just tap E, and there's like a stack of 9-volt batteries, and you just gum, 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 gum.
VR is
I'm
Man.
gonna choke and die of poisoning.
You will. You slowly. Well, the baby's green.
It truly is the future. So yeah, I can't wait for a headset now.
Yeah, we
So
need to get one.
Maybe I
I
can
can start socking our money away.
I can comfort a crying child. Well, apparently I need a new TV.
Well, you do
Everybody
need
keeps
that.
telling me.
You need a TV. You
well,
don't have a TV.
It doesn't have to be new. We could go pick it up off the street
Go to a
for all I
pawn shop,
care.
man. You can get one for like $200.
I'm thinking about it.
Go get 720. Don't be a scrub like Dave.
1080.
Don't be a scrub like Dave.
You talking scrub? Do you have some news that you wanted to relate?
I sure did. So Independent Games Festival is coming up next month.
Fucking Jake.
The IGF Awards, they're pretty big in indie games. I'm sure you guys know all about them. The finalists have been debuted.
And who are they?
And there's some good games in there, actually.
Have we heard of them?
Oh yeah, Darkest Dungeon. Have you heard of Darkest
Nope.
Dungeon? No, you haven't heard of Darkest Dungeon.
No, I only play AAA games. I'm sorry.
Oh, Dave. Steve. I know that's a
leave me
lie.
out of this. I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about Darkest Dungeon.
So yeah, Darkest Dungeon is a game where basically you are the leader of this town, and there's a dungeon outside of your town, and you hire adventurers to go. It's basically like you're managing the careers of these other adventurers, but it's sort of like an RPG, an action RPG, turn-based action RPG.
Here's how I want to compare that. It sounds like you were playing as Deckard Cain in Diablo.
A little bit, yes. It's like you are Deckard Cain in Diablo. And
I've never played Diablo. Is that an indie game too?
It has
total indie.
It has this crazy, cartoony, sort of gothic, Tim Burton-y art style. Not quite as Tim Burton-y as what's that game? Don't Starve.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to play that.
I
game.
have that. I've never played it.
It's such a good game.
I have it on Steam. I have it on Vita, PS3. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a weird game. But they got excellence in visual art, excellence in audio. The Seamus McNally Grand Prize. Seamus McNally.
Miss McNally. I'm guessing he's Irish.
I'm guessing. I don't know the man personally.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a beautiful game. It has the same sort of like I don't want these characters to die that XCOM does. It's a roguelike. It has permadeath. It does not have save scumming. You cannot scum save. So if you kill somebody in your game, they're just dead. Like every game is an Iron Man playthrough, basically. It's pretty good. Undertale, excellence in narrative, excellence in audio. Also the Seamus McNally Grand Prize.
The game that somehow won best game ever in Game FAQ's recent poll.
That's because Game FAQs is filled with 12-year-olds.
Well, also, the Reddit users were just like spamming the hell out of it.
And well, I think everywhere.
Well, I mean, if you open yourself up to voting for shit online, you're
I
asking
mean,
for it.
You're just asking for Hitler did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I was about to say that's your
potato chip
next
flavor.
potato chip flavor. Yeah.
It was just funny to me because I think it came down between it and Ocarina of Time.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's
That's standing in high company.
Stupid competition. Man.
So I haven't played it. I got a copy of it from my buddy, buddy of mine out in Albuquerque. I've been meaning to play it. Maybe I'll stream it.
I might have it. I don't know.
I've heard notoriously
Yeah,
bad things about streaming the game, about people coming in and spoiling it because they're just so excited to talk about it.
Like trying to play a Star Wars game about 2 months ago.
Hey, what? Oh, did that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That happened.
That happened.
Not only did he try to spoil it, he came back with a screen name with the name of the spoiler.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
really?
You're a douche.
He didn't even get a chance to talk. I just like, nah.
I don't care. He boosted us up by 2 or 3 followers. So it's like, whatever, man. You're just following us. I'm all good with it. Her Story, excellence in narrative, excellence in design. Seamus McNally Grand Prize, the Nuovo Award.
I've
heard polarizing things about that.
Her Story, yeah, it's an FMV game. It's old school. It's almost more of an interactive movie.
FMV, I'm not familiar with that.
Full motion video.
Okay.
If you liked, I would guess if you liked, what's that game? Heavy Rain.
Yeah, that's like I just said. That sounds like Until Dawn.
Yeah, Heavy Rain, Until Dawn, stuff like that. More interactive movie type stuff. You'll probably enjoy it. I haven't played it. My brother highly recommended it.
Is it similar to like Gone Home?
I don't know. I didn't play Gone Home.
I don't remember.
This has a plot.
Well,
I
can you
know.
walk around in her story?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think
then
you just have
I'm
a
thinking
console.
Gone
and
Home, you can.
Then you're watching this actress.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That
Oh.
was on.
It's like a pick your own adventure book.
I'm thinking of Life
yeah.
is Strange. Yeah, I know what
You
you're
know,
talking
Life
about.
is Strange is supposed to be fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, I just picked that up in the Chinese New Year sale they had. I don't mean to play that.
I don't know. I think I have it. I don't know.
Super hot.
What's that?
That's a game, or are you
Super
describing
hot.
me?
No, that's a game. Have you guys not played Super Hot?
No, I figured you were just
Okay.
describing
There's
me.
a free version up, so if you're listening to this, and you guys especially should probably go home and do this afterward. This is an FPS where bullets only move when you move.
Oh.
And it's sort of like bullet time, but everything is frozen as you are standing still, and when you move, then stuff moves with you.
Huh.
So basically you can fire a shot, move across the room, fire another shot, and like the bullets will travel to the guys only when you move, and their bullets will travel to you only when they move. You can also like kick guns out of people's hands. I don't know if the game was released yet. I played the Game Jam version, which is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Is this a turn-based game?
No, well, it's no.
Well,
It's an FPS.
You're saying that like the bullets move. Well, your example was, I stand here and
Okay,
shoot,
so-
then I move over here. But
And then
the
while
bullets
I'm
are-
moving, the bullets are moving.
okay, and then you stop.
So the
and,
And
best thing to
everything-
do is strafe and just shoot.
More or less.
Just keep going back and forth, back and forth.
just keep
Well,
moving.
no, but because then they can hit you. Because then they can shoot you.
Do they ricochet back?
I don't know.
You gotta kind of see it in action to understand. how it
Honestly,
works.
if I
It's-
got that game, I'm gonna attempt to shoot myself. I'm gonna fire.
I don't know
a
if
shot
you can
and
do
see
it or
if I
not.
can go in a circle and meet it.
I'm not sure if you can.
Well, if it's
We
all
can try
moving, if it's moving while you're moving, it just seems to defeat the purpose.
Yeah, I would recommend
What if
taking
you shoot it up?
taking a look.
Well, since it's pretty hard to hold a gun straight up, yeah.
In the FPS world, I'm not saying it's real physics. I'm just
shoot up
you
and
shoot
then
up and then just
Watch it.
just wiggle around underneath
just
it.
wiggle around side to side.
Keep talking and nobody explodes. Got the new OVO award, the Sumas McNally Grand Prize.
That's
nominated
cool.
for
Isn't
both.
that
game.
that one that you're oh yeah, where were we gonna do that? We are just gonna sit around and keep talking to each other so we didn't die.
Well,
Yeah.
Is that the one where you defuse
It's the bomb disposal game.
Yeah.
So one guy is the
But you
bomb
got
disposal.
2 minutes.
Yeah, one guy
or
does
5.
bomb disposal.
Yeah.
And the other guy has a super long and complicated manual that they have to go through to help the guy.
Yeah.
So me and Steve will be sitting outside and like, Jake, you're supposed to cut that wire.
It's basically somebody turned Beardyheads Flying Circus into a game.
Wait,
Yeah.
We need to do
there's
another Beardyheads
except there's a
Flying Circus.
bomb involved.
we need to do some more flying circus.
Yeah.
Let's
looks,
see.
It looks a lot of fun from the video watch. Now, I will say though that I think after a while it's gonna be repetitive.
Looks like something you shouldn't do very often, and you should probably be drunk.
Yeah, it looks like a fun drunk game and one to play every now and then. Because if you know after defusing a couple bombs, you're gonna kind
of figure out the book. Yeah, you got to
that's-
switch it up.
That's kind of why we can't just do the same vehicles in Beardyheads Flying
I
Circus.
was watching a guy on Twitch do it, and it was basically at some point, and I think I talked about this before. He was just like talking people through the book, and it was just like, well, this is boring.
Yeah, he's like,
you
go to
already-
page 7.
Yeah, go to page 7. Do you see this section? What does it say?
Paragraph 3, subsection H.
It's like, I don't want to watch somebody be good at this game. Like,
What
this
they
is,
can do is they can just release new riddles and new puzzles and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
different
true.
types of bombs.
It's true.
Yeah.
They
Or things that change up the book, like mess the book up a little bit every couple of months or something. It might be fun.
Or play with somebody who's colorblind.
Or better yet, have the book procedurally generated every time you install the game,
Yeah.
so that everybody has I don't know. That could maybe not work.
You could just like make little tricks that aren't in the book. Like, oh, you've got this manual, and then all of a sudden, oh, that trick wasn't in the manual. I had no idea that could happen.
So categories were excellence in visual art, excellence in narrative, excellence in design, excellence in audio. The new OVO award, which it doesn't say what that is for, best student game, which is interesting.
By students, where?
I guess so. And the Sumas McNally Grand Prize, which I'm assuming is the big one. Excellence in narrative, beginner's guide is on there as well. That's the new game from the Stanley Parable people. Other than that, only other things I knew on there were Her Story and Undertale. Black Closet, That Dragon Cancer. I'm sorry, That Dragon Cancer I have heard of. I hear it's a tearjerker. I haven't played it yet.
Sounds
What's with the
depressing.
name?
It's all about a guy. It's done by a dev whose son has terminal cancer or has a very serious cancer.
Might be heroin involved.
I don't know. Her story,
Puff that magic
Undertale,
dragon.
The Magic Circle. The Magic Circle is your character in a video game that is broken and unfinished. And you're telling the player is the game designer, and the character is telling you what it needs to do to complete the levels. So like you have to program parts of the levels, and apparently it starts getting really, really weird and esoteric after a while. It looked a lot like the Magic Pony. I don't know if you guys saw the Magic Pony. Or
Only
What kind of
once.
pony?
Man, you guys got it.
Can you ride that pony?
You could totally ride that
Can
pony.
you jump on it
Oh God.
if you want it?
Excellence of design. Mini Metro, haven't seen. Kingdom, haven't seen. Infinifactory.
A weird
Infinifactory.
name.
Yeah, Infinifactory is pretty close to something like Roblox or Minecraft or something like that, I think. Not sure. I haven't really seen a lot of it.
You read a lot about games that I don't.
It's on my
know
wish
anything
list.
about.
Jake's huge into the indies.
He's all about that indie.
I'm in the indie hipster bullshit, man.
Yeah,
this
I
is
know.
what we have established.
Yeah.
This is my role on the podcast, Steven,
Yeah.
as well as producing it and making you guys not sound like shit.
Oh, it's hard to do that anyway.
Yeah,
You can be
that's-
really great.
If
That's
we do
true.
sound like shit, it is 100% Jake's fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Excellence in
nothing to do-
audio, Mini Metro, Panoramical, That Dragon Cancer, Darkest Dungeon, Lumini, and Undertale. The Nuovo Award is Beginner's Guide to Everything, or the Beginner's Guide. Sorry, it's
You
by
should-
Everything Unlimited.
You really link this to our Facebook page so people can just read this later.
Yeah, I guess I could probably do that.
I mean, are you a sponsor? I mean,
No,
You're
I'm just curious if you guys have heard of
Really
these games.
plugging
none of
and
them.
Plugging the hell out of it.
Obviously, your sphere of
Is it Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
no,
I don't care.
It's not the Division, so nobody knows about it.
Did Ubisoft make it? Then I've
They
never
have
heard
like
of it.
$100 million budget.
No.
Did it have more than 5 developers in a basement?
There is an indie game with $100 million budget, but
Oh yeah, I don't know if I would even call that an indie game at this point.
what are you talking about? There is a game that exists with a $100 million budget.
How many employees are there?
I have no clue.
Uh,
All right. Anyways, before I start getting shit about loving Star Citizen again, we're going to take another short
yeah.
break. We're going to come
Star
on
Citizen.
back, and then we're going to start talking about our
Should make
discussion
a tally.
today.
A tally. Every time he mentions Star Citizen, we just. mark.
our listeners could turn it into a drinking game.
Yeah.
We're going to start discussing physical versus digital distribution when we come back.
Yeah.
Physical like Assassin's Creed or digital like Star Citizen.
We don't keep shitting on Jake and like picking on him for Star Citizen.
And I just kill
Just
everybody
unplug
with
his
my
mic.
with my American
Just
gun.
unplug his mic.
So we'll be back. And welcome back again.
Yes, back to this discussion.
Yes.
What's it? Physical versus digital?
A physical versus digital distribution
Yes.
discussion
I'm
is
glad
what
you
will
added
happen
something.
now.
I'm glad you added on to the end of that sentence after physical. I did not want to go
Let's
down
get
that road.
physical,
Physical.
digital
No.
distribution.
You ruined it. Yep.
Yeah,
It's dead now.
yeah.
Stop trying to be funny. Come on, guys.
Shh.
But yes, physical versus digital. I think me and Steve will probably be more. Jake, what's your opinion? What do you like?
My opinion is physical distribution has become more or less irrelevant at this point. Everything is digitally distributed, even if it's physically distributed.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the biggest difference is I can lend him a game.
Yeah, I mean, there's also I like being able to lend my friends games. Also, it just
And sell it.
that too, and like there's the PlayStation Network. Like, oh, I can buy this game and I own it, but I can only install it on 5 systems.
Yeah.
So that's kind of I bought a game that I can only download a couple of times.
Well, no, because here's the thing: is when you're buying a disc, you're not buying the game. You're licensing the game. You're buying the disc that the game is contained on. So you're licensing yourself to however many installations of the game that you're allowed, which in the past was one installation of the game that came on the disc and everything was fine. You just put the disc in your console.
There was no one installation. You can go put it on your other computer.
I can play that game on as many
Right, but the installation,
Xboxes.
because the installation exists on the disc.
Okay.
Okay. No, and no, you're right. This is back in the day that you could go and give your disc to your friends and everything. That's not the way things are anymore. Like we can establish that.
You have the Xbox One.
It's not the way things are. It's not the way things work. Okay, but if I go to Xbox One, if I give you a disc and then I go over on another Xbox One and I try to play with the same disc at the same time as you, can I do that?
What are you talking about? The same
That's
disc?
physically impossible.
Right.
What are you talking about?
That's not really a good argument here because
What are you talking about?
you're
If I'm
saying
gonna
I'm
link to a
digitally
game-
installing the game on my hard drive. Am I not?
You're okay, but you said
But I
you
need the
took
disc to play the game.
No, when you play the disc, you're playing it off of it loads from the disc too. You're installing it, but you're also loading it.
I don't
from the
know.
disc.
I don't play the new consoles.
You know, some part
I
of
don't
me
think you
just
get it.
wishes they would go back, like especially now that we have SSDs, just like do cartridges again.
Well, see, I am in favor of digital media, but I do see the perks of physical media, which is I could sell it when I'm done with it.
That's true.
If I buy a digital game for $60 and it's a pile of shit, I lost $60. I can see how some people would get mad about it. A bunch of butthurt gamers. Me, I just put it on eBay and make 40 back.
Well, another thing I dislike about it though is like it seems to have gotten, I mean, the Pokemon culture almost. You just like start buying. Oh, this sells on. So I've got so many games I'll probably never play.
Yeah, that's my Steam
Like,
library.
holy
right now.
crap!
It-
Why
Oh,
am I
it's
spending all this
totally
money?
my Steam
at
library.
203 games, and I'm gonna play 10.
I'm totally guilty of that. I think I have 500 and I think I'm at 583 now.
Lord, man. But that's just a problem to me.
I love Steam games and they never go away. And I
Until
mean,
Steam
yeah,
goes
sure.
under.
There's the thing that you can sell games back, but Steam is leading the way here, and GOG does it too. Where if I buy a game and I don't like it, I didn't waste $60. I just asked for a refund. I get my money back, 100% in full. I don't have to put it on eBay.
How long until after you've had it?
I
Though?
think you got like 60 days,
Well, it's
On GOG or
maybe
Steam?
30.
It's not done entirely by the length of how long ago you bought it. It's decided by how long you've played it.
Right.
Because you know how Steam tracks.
Because
how
they do
long
that
you've
in the
been playing.
Android App Store. You can get a refund within the first hour, I think, of getting it.
I read it the other day. I think Steam is like 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long they got, but I wish they'd give it a little more than 2 hours. But
I mean,
I could see them
sometimes-
doing like a diminishing returns at some point where it's like, well, we'll refund 40% of your game because you played it for 10 hours.
I mean, I'm glad that they refunded if it's broken, like Arkham.
Yeah, like Arkham Knight.
Well, that's an entirely different matter, though.
But I mean, I want physical media to go away because I mean, like Jake said, it is pretty irrelevant now. Whenever I buy an Xbox game, like
What's the first thing that happens when you put the disc in on day one?
majority of them, you have to install it.
You install it, and then it downloads an update.
Well, yeah, that's every
That's-
game now. That's a
that's-
patch because
That's
everybody.
everything.
Well,
That's what I'm
everybody.
saying.
Well, the thing is, everybody releases broken games anyway. They're not.
It's
do you
everything.
think that's part of like the DLC and stuff and shift to digital? That's probably why we're seeing more of it. They're just rushing it out because they know, oh, we can just patch it right away.
Because when you say we're going to release it on this day, they're going to release it on that day, even if it's a broken ass game.
What I love about Naughty Dog, like they just pushed back
Yep.
Uncharted 4 because they're like, we don't think it'll be ready in time.
Yeah, that's
So
true. I just
Naughty Dog will not release a
the
broken game.
the main thing I want for digital media on consoles is to make it cheaper. There's no incentive to buy a digital day one game on Xbox One unless you're lazy and you
Yeah.
don't want to get up and put a disc in, because really the only thing that doesn't keep me it keeps me from buying digital is when I'm done with this game I can sell it and I can make money back and buy more of the games.
That's another problem. If you're shifting to digital, which I knowing developers and businesses, I just don't see it happening. We should really be seeing a drop in digital prices because you're taking out so much of the cost of manufacturing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not paying for all those cases and discs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is once you set that margin and you've established that people are willing to pay this much, people are willing to pay $60 for a game. you don't lower your price, you raise your margins by getting rid of the distribution. You make more money, you don't charge less money. That's just the way business works. Like, they've already established that you will pay $60 for a game, because back when Xbox 360 debuted, I think was when we saw the raise to like $60.
Well, the way it was, I remember, it was like every generation we saw a $10 increase. Like
Games on Super Nintendo were really high though.
I was gonna say it was about 50. Yeah, they were like $80. They could get up to about $80.
Troy Aikman football when I was a kid were like $74 or something. Shit.
I'm a couple years younger than y'all, but I mainly remember like when it came to buying games like PlayStation. I remember them being like $40, and then PlayStation 2.
Well, the good thing about Sony and them is they introduced that greatest hits shit where it's like everything's $20. That was the best thing they ever did.
Sony, yeah, that was a game changer.
Yeah, greatest hits, and then Xbox has theirs. I don't know what they call it, platinum hits or whatever. It was a gray box instead of a green box.
I think it's platinum.
But yeah, there's not going to be a lowering of prices just because they've gone to digital.
And that's the thing, is that's what would convert me, is if they just gave me an incentive, make it $10 cheaper. I mean,
just
don't cut it in half.
Cheaper.
I will say on PC, I feel like we're seeing it, because after the life cycle of a game has gone into, maturity or decline, they can throw big Steam sales and stuff on there.
Unless you're Activision.
Unless you're fucking Activision, in which case you just fucking go, no, it's a 7-year-old game.
It's still $20.
It's worth $6. It's worth $9. I swear to God, it's on sale for $9. Just buy the game. You've played it 5 million times. Now pay us $10 for it. Fucking Modern Warfare, man.
Just don't buy any Activision games.
I don't, for that reason. Modern Warfare. I want to play the Modern Warfare series again.
Redbox.
And maybe I will, but like, it's also.
I won't lie. I enjoy Call of Duty, so I picked them up in a Steam sale.
I'm not paying $10 for Modern Warfare. I'm not paying $10 for Call of Duty 2.
I'd rather pay $10 than the $20 they normally charge.
Call of Duty 2 is over 10 years old now.
I mean, you can shit on them all you want for that, but Nintendo is the worst.
Nintendo's the worst at it.
They're worse than Activision.
They never lower their prices.
Nintendo will at least put out. It will at least rehash the same IP over and over again, and Nintendo will at least like go, "Hey, we made Ocarina of Time in 3D." We made Majora's Mask in 3D.
And they never just remake it straight. They give some tweaks, some extra stuff.
There's some tweaks, there's some bug fixes. A lot of times they're probably importing it to a new engine.
Yeah.
It's not they're using the same crap year after year after year. And I'm willing to play those games. Like, if you're releasing it on a new console, if you're adding some new gimmicks or something like that. But if you're just like giving me Call of Duty, here's the same Call of Duty program that we released in 2005, I think was when Modern Warfare 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the same Call of Duty that we had. Pay us $20 for it. Was it 7?
Yeah, because it was on 360.
Yeah.
We'll find out here in a second.
Modern Warfare 2 was 09, I thought.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was $9.99.
Only $9.99.
999.
That's one of the only dates I remember. Final Fantasy VIII was released $9.99.
Skyrim was released 11/11.
Oh, I was going to say
right.
Skyrim's 11/11/11.
Let's see here, Modern Warfare.
But yeah, like it's
2007.
2007. So it's almost 10 years old now. Like, I'm not, and Call of Duty 2 is definitely 10 years.
And,
old.
And
far over.
I don't believe that. I mean, after so many years, you shouldn't pay for a game at a certain price. Like Modern Warfare, I mean, right now, if it was in a $5 bin, I'd buy it. I'd play it. But
you can probably pick it up at GameStop for $1.99.
Oh yeah, because everybody traded that shit in, and the next one came out. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's doing that.
That's one of the advantages for digital or for physical. It's like, you'll see it for cheaper.
Well, I've had that issue with physical. Mafia 2. I wanted to buy it on Steam.
Oh, that does. Yeah, that.
I went to the game store in Waco, a couple towns over, and I got it on PlayStation 3 for like $6.
Yeah, that is the problem, is that a lot of times licensing disputes and stuff in the online stores can knock stuff offline.
That's short, but Call of Duty 2 was 2005. But here's the thing, I still have my Call of Duty 2 for my for my PC, so I can just install it whenever.
Yeah. I think you can even add it on. You might even be able to add it on Origin. I'm not sure.
Oh, I know I have it on Steam because it came in some kind of bundle.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things I do like about physicals that we get. Yeah.
Call of Duty doesn't have Origin.
Call of Duty activates on Origin, I'm pretty sure. EA's and Activision's an EA company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Activision's an EA company? I
Yeah.
thought Battlefield and
They-
Call of Duty were major competitors. I thought Activision was a different studio.
Well, they're competitors, but I'm pretty sure they hype the market to try and get loyalty. I guess.
I don't remember that being a case. I thought Activision and EA were separate entities.
Wait, no, isn't Activision with Blizzard now?
Activision owns Blizzard.
Yeah, I think that's the parent.
You could be right.
I don't know.
EA is a separate company because I thought the three powerhouses were Activision,
No, that's
EA,
right.
and
Because
Ubisoft.
Call of Duty was when it started was the Medal of Honor killer,
Mhm.
and that is definitely an EA game.
Yeah, because Medal of Honor and Battlefield are EA.
But I wish they'd make another Medal of Honor that wasn't.
What, you didn't like Warfighter?
I saw this. So there was just a weird aside. There was apparently a diet. No, what is it? I forget. It's some sniper over in Iraq or something, and they were like, "Oh, look at this guy take out three ISIS guys in a matter of moments, or whatever. Three infidels. I don't know which side he was on." Somebody was like, "Wait a minute, this is footage from Medal of Honor," and it took them like two or 3 weeks to figure it out. And somebody was like, "Well, that's because it was from Medal of Honor." I was just like, "Oh, sick burn."
It's a little difficult to do that.
So yeah, I'm all for more episodic distribution of games and more episodic releases.
Depends
of
on the
games.
type of game.
It
Because
depends on how it's done.
I just think it's way easier for a developer to react than it is for them to predict.
No, though, I like the Final Fantasy thing. I'm kind of bummed about the rumor. At least I don't know if it's been confirmed that
It is confirmed.
God, but I just want to be able to pick up my game and just play.
The problem I have with episodic is if it's a small studio with not a lot of people working on the resources, I don't want to wait for the next episode for 6 months. I want it soon.
Like what you call it, like Wolf Among Us had a pretty notoriously long development.
Tales from the
cycle.
Borderlands is one. I
that's
love
both Telltale games.
I love
yeah.
the shit out of episode 1, and then I was like, sweet, when does episode 2 come out? It's like 3 months later. Like,
Yeah.
I forgot everything I did.
They work on a lot at the same time. I've noticed.
I mean, that's a problem.
They work on too much. That's what they're doing.
I shouldn't be able to get invested into a game and then have to wait a year or so to finish it.
I don't think that they're doing it. Well, yeah, maybe if there's a year or something, but if we're talking monthly releases, I play so much in a month that I'm okay with waiting a month.
I like to sit down and like play my game. I don't want to like I want to finish that game and then move on to the next one.
That's the kind of the reason why I was a little upset with Hitman when they played the old switcheroo with us. They decided 2 months before actual release, like, by the way, this is not an actual game, a full release. This is by next 12 months.
Episodic release.
This is the next 12 months. I'm like, fucking butts,
Don't you have to
man.
pay for each episode too?
You can buy it all at once for $60, which is the better.
I mean, it would make no sense.
Yeah, the first
They were like,
episode-
oh, here's $10 for like.
And they'll let you buy the first episode for $15,
Yeah, the
which is what I like about it, is because now instead of paying $60 for a game that I don't know if I'm gonna like, which it's a Hitman game, so I'm gonna like
Yeah, I'm
it.
gonna pay $60.
Yeah, this is why we used to have those things called demos.
Yeah,
Well, they have a beta,
I mean,
but I
that's
think it's
true.
closed,
now it's
though.
called open beta. And,
Because I remember
Oh.
there was a site, Adrenaline Vault, I think was the name of it. I just went there and downloaded demos constantly.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like that, not having demos like kind of sucks.
I mean, especially if
You
we're
know.
going to start shifting just to like a physical or for digital media.
Yeah, I kind of wish we would go back to demos. Like I would really have liked to have played a demo for
Like, I think
Elite.
Dying Light, I think, has the demo.
Dying Light had a demo. Dying
does.
Light did it old school. Like,
Dying Light just feels more old school.
Well,
than
now
a lot of what's coming out these days.
Now they really bank on you watching someone play a video of it on YouTube.
Yeah,
because
that too.
That's very true.
That's how I make my purchases. I was just like, I want to see what gameplay looks like, and I watch like a playthrough for like 30 minutes.
yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, I don't mind getting a little teaser, a little taste. But I mean, there's also games that have done it really well. Like it's easy to just point out the games that didn't do it well and say, oh, that's why I don't want it. But then you ignore stuff like Life is Strange. Life is Strange put out constant content for however many months. Rave reviews. Got rave reviews. Everybody was just waiting and waiting and waiting for the next episode.
Is that an indie game?
And have you not heard of Life is Strange?
I'm sorry,
How
I
have you
said
not
earlier.
heard of Life is Strange?
Is that an indie game?
No, you've heard of Life is Strange.
I've never
Stop
heard of it.
fucking with me right
I'm pretty
now.
sure you even mentioned that you
mentioned
own
it
it
earlier.
later.
I was gonna say, goddamn, Life is Strange is supposed.
But I was
to
like,
be
is that an indie
like-
game? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's an indie game, and they put out episodic content because they put out the first one, I believe, because they weren't sure. Hey, is this gonna work? Is this concept gonna work? Are people gonna want to play it? They put it out. It got made so much money, and they were like, okay, we're gonna put out the next episode, and the first episode's gonna go on sale for $1.99, so you can see if you like it. And like that was a great way of doing it. Or
Telltale gives it away for free now.
Telltale gives you the first episode for free. It gives you the first. It's the first.
You have to
first
wait
it's
about a
always
year,
free,
but yeah.
And I mean, like, if you play games like I do, which is I kind of collect them and hoard them and put them I stack them in neat little bundles in my house, and then I hope that they don't
You
follow
can't
me
do that
one day
because you
and
don't
kill
have
me.
physical stuff anymore. So
I'm talking digitally. My digital house, it's a mansion, and you're not allowed in it.
That's a lie. I'm allowed in all your homes.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not allowed in my secret Fallout bunker. That's for sure.
Ouch. You're just gonna be left to die.
You can just mutate, fucking turn into a
I'm gonna
goddamn
find it,
zombie.
and I'll be a rad scorpion just sitting outside waiting for you to open that door and just sting you.
Now I can just see you being a bitter ghoul at
A bitter
bar.
ghoul. Yeah, I was gonna say. Just
bitter
like,
Probably
being a
more
bartender.
accurate.
one day Jake will let me in.
I can hope, right? I can hope I'll be a rad scorpion.
All that time I worked for Vault Tech, they wouldn't let me in.
I turned into a ghoul, but what I really wanted to be was a rad scorpion.
Damn it.
But yeah, like I tend to play those games like after they all come out. I buy them all up once
the
they're
best time to
on.
do it.
Yeah, that's the best time.
Yeah, that's
know?
why you and I haven't bought Fallout 4 because we're waiting for the game
I'm
of the
waiting
year
for the
edition.
DLC. I'm waiting
There
for
will be a
all
Game
the
of the Year
DLC.
edition, and it's
and
Oh,
the-
Bethesda always does a game of the year
And
edition.
I'm waiting for the mods to have I'm waiting for Bounty Hunter to come out for Fallout 4. And I'm waiting for, survival. I'm waiting for an actual survival mode and stuff like that. Hardcore mode.
That's one thing. It does seem that digital only has made it easier for modding.
Yeah, and I like that too.
That's like one of the few things I'm like really.
If
glad
you're
for
into
the-
modding.
Yeah, because
Here's the other
it really
advantage.
depends on what we're playing. Because I know for a fact that you enjoyed modding the hell out of Left 4 Dead.
Oh, dude. I
Yeah,
liked
we
modding
do.
Left 4 Dead. I liked mod.
That's because it makes the game funny.
I like modding
Well,
Fallout
the game
New
was
Vegas.
already funny, but now it's just.
Oh,
like,
dude,
whoa.
Johnny Bravo running around after you.
Hey, Hal, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like
it.
when you shoot him, he's like, Hal, that hurts.
Wreck It Ralph. I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh man. Adding
Wait,
a
why
bunch
is
of,
Deadpool here in my party?
Yeah, that's true. Deadpool.
Adding a bunch of Fallout stuff into Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of digital distribution.
How long,
I think
it.
it's gonna go to a cool place.
how long do you think before it's like? Do you think it'll ever really completely happen? Or it's probably gonna be a while before we see a complete physical.
I don't know. I think the brick and mortar stores might have something to say about that. I mean, not just GameStop, but
Well, GameStop's
Best
starting
Buy
to produce
and all of them. Yeah,
They
GameStop's
decided
got to evolve, or they're gonna just die. And
Very true.
I'm pretty sure they're just gonna die. I don't.
You
I don't
you
see it
guys
going-
I don't.
like
I don't
GameStop
see. I don't
anyway.
see GameStop surviving. I think
No.
GameStop has built their.
As I recall, one of the
They
talking.
dug their hole.
They dug their hole. They used their leverage when they had it, and to get what they wanted. And now that
Backfired.
they're irrelevant, it backfired on them, and they're just gonna wither up and die.
You guys don't. As I remember, when you wrote the talking points,
They could
for
be an
this,
online store if they wanted to try to stay alive.
Yeah, the talking points even say, "Is this a
like,
good thing if it helps?"
just kills? Is it worth it just to kill GameStop?
I think it is. I think GameStop's a toxic business to gamers. I think that they have done this whole,
I think gamers can be kind of toxic for gamers.
the exclusives. I'm tired of store exclusives. I'm
They
tired
do that to
of-
stay relevant, though.
Oh, they
I'm
do
tired of-
because they signed all those deals
But
long
Amazon
ago.
does it. Best Buy does it.
Yeah, I'm tired of all of that.
but
It's
I mean,
system exclusives. I'm tired.
it's everything exclusive to anything. If you release a game, I should have access to 100% of the content of that game on any system of my choosing.
Yep.
And if you don't do that, don't get mad when I don't buy your game.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have to pre-order your game, and pre-orders are another thing I'm tired of. Stop trying to get me to pre-order your game.
I'm
It's so
tired
dumb.
of the exclusive pre-orders because I remember like pre-ordering earlier. Of course, that was also when there was more of a legit chance you wouldn't be able to get it because it was all physical. I remember, it's sold out. Damn.
Oh, I might not get the night vision goggles,
but
or
now,
the Fallout bobblehead, or whatever.
I'm talking about like when I thinking about Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
pre-ordered
okay.
it. It's like like when it was actually you couldn't get the game.
You
'cause they
pre-ordered it
sold
because
out.
now they make
Yeah.
an overrun of it, or it's digitally
Yeah, it's like
distributed
you're gonna
anyway.
pre-order Call of Duty. I'm like, there's gonna be so many copies of that game.
Like I remember Halo 3. Someone was like, "Oh, you should pre-order," and I was like, "I don't know, I'll go just find it." And he's like, "Oh no, you won't." I was like, and sure enough, next day I went. I was like, "Oh, look, here's a shitload of copies."
Look at that wall of Halo behind you.
Yeah.
But
Look, there's even a legendary
if
with the
it's-
helmet.
If it's content like I think Mass Effect 3, if you pre-ordered it, you got an extra character. I mean, if you eventually bought it, you can eventually buy it, but you got an extra character on day one.
I'm okay with timed exclusives.
With his, well, no, it was day one.
Well, I know.
Well,
but timed.
later
If
on
it's-
you can
if
buy
it's, okay, for 30 days, you won't have access to this
Honestly,
character. All right, that's a little different.
so,
if
like,
they
you-
had it to where you could buy it day one, but if you pre-ordered it, you got it free. That's an incentive. I mean, it's an option. But with this one, I mean, I just pre-ordered it the day before, and then I just bought it the next day because I was like, it's a character. I'm gonna buy this game when it comes out, and I want this character.
I don't really think. I don't know, like stuff like that where it's like, if you pre-ordered it, you get this character. Like there's a guy Zaid in Mass Effect 2.
Yep.
If you pre-ordered the game, you got Zaid. And if you
one
didn't
was
pre-order
Zaid?
the game,
You get Promethean in the third one.
Zaid is the guy. He's the bitter mercenary. He's all scarred up and
He's
stuff.
awesome.
He's apparently pretty awesome.
He is awesome. He
Replay
has the best
those
dialogue.
games.
I think they finally released him.
Yeah, they eventually. Well, I mean, he's
Oh,
a
I
character in
remember him.
3
Yeah.
that you talk to. I mean,
Yeah,
you have
but it
to.
was like, why did I have to go and like jump through all these hoops to get Zaid?
Because I mean, look who
Just-
owns who owns
Absolutely.
BioWare.
It's EA, isn't
They're
it?
gonna do that. Yeah, every
Yeah,
trick to.
and everybody's jumping ship over there.
I mean, pre-orders can directly affect development. I mean, I'm sure they have their budget for when they're developing it, but I mean, they get all this shitload of pre-order money months before the game's even gold.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just money. It's money that you don't really have to do anything with.
everybody jumped ship over at or that guy jumped ship over at
Yeah,
BioWare.
everybody's jumping ship on that's working on Andromeda. for some reason.
Yeah, everybody's
there's a
jumping
lead
ship.
writer
over
Kind of
Andromeda.
worried. Yeah, one of the lead writer, he went to go work at Bungie, which I'm like, well, they need a writer. That's good.
Yeah, they need writing.
They need a writer. Yeah.
Instead of just like, hey guys, the plot to Halo 2 is pretty good. Let's just make it the plot to Halo 3.
Yeah. Without the plant.
Yeah, just
Without that weird thing.
talking space plant. That didn't work out.
But I used to love GameStop, going there and buying things. I don't spend money there at all. It's a waste of money to me, and I don't want to. I hate to be bashing them, but I mean they've screwed me over so many times.
Well, it'd be one thing if I went in there and I had knowledgeable employees. They don't. They hire whatever stoner
Every time
they
I
can
go
find
in there, they
fill a
want to
spot.
talk about a goddamn JRPG.
Oh, or it'd be another thing if I went in there and they had good deals. They don't.
My favorite is when they see you looking at a game. They're like, "Oh, did you pre-order the blah 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 sequel to that?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I hate how they try to upsell you.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do is just say, "Stop talking to me."
Customer service is just it's shove it down your throat, shove it down your throat, shove it down your throat.
And it's
Yeah, like-
awful.
Here, I put this game up on the counter. This is the game I want to buy. And then, would you like to pre-order anything? No, I would have told you.
Well, what about blah blah blah? Blah 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 is coming out. It's going to be pretty good.
See,
I don't
that's-
give a shit.
This is what I like about being married. When I go in there and they want me to pre-order or sign up for a card, and I use this excuse every time I'm any business that wants me to sign up for their dumb card. I'm like, I have to ask my wife for that. I can't make adult decisions. And
Yeah.
I use that every time, and they look at you like you're serious. I'm like, I'm dead serious.
Did you know that the Game Informer comes with your GameStop card?
Yeah,
It's just
actually-
like, did you know? I don't really. Game Informer hasn't been fucking relevant.
Nobody
since the
reads
dawn
Game
of the
Informer.
goddamn internet.
No, I actually do have that card. I don't remember.
Every time
you leave in shame right now.
I just don't want to buy one of them fucking cards. I mean, it's $15, and they're like, you could save this much money. I'm like, I don't care. I
mean,
don't care.
I have saved enough money to make it worth it, but I'm probably not going to renew it. 'Cause
Honestly,
I don't shop there enough anymore.
honestly, the biggest perk about that is you can add 10% to the buyback value. That is shit. You can sell a game on eBay yourself
for
and
40% more than you would get.
I had a stack of old games. These were games like Mass Effect 2 and 3, games that are worthless if you to resell. I had a stack, I think it was about 7 games. If I would have taken that to GameStop, I may have gotten $12. I sold them for about $180 on eBay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I believe it.
Easy. And people buy it. I mean, just...
That's another useful thing about the physical.
I mean, sure.
That's the only perk physical media has is you can resell it.
Yeah. That's
and
pretty much
it.
the only perk.
I mean, you can lend it to your friend.
The
you
only
can't play it at the
perk,
same
but
time.
there's also no incentive really for the digital version.
No, I'm also going to say
A
both
lower
of you guys
price?
have
well, there's
have
not
my,
the lower price.
both of you guys have my password for GOG.com. Any game I have on GOG.com, you can install and play on your computer.
I've actually bought some games on your GOG
Exactly.
account, so you
We
can
have
play it too.
basically a community GOG account.
Are we a community?
Well, the thing is
us three are.
Well, the thing is, that's because those are DRM free. I mean, Steam has the family share thing, but how many PCs can you do that on? I know
you can do it
I don't
on
even
what?
know.
Okay,
I
let
think
me
you can
ask
do
you
like
this:
5, I
how
think.
many consoles can I play your game on at the same time? Your Xbox game at the same time?
At the same time, none. You can't play together.
Right.
So you can't do that with family share.
Basically,
like
with family share,
You have to go
you
offline.
can play one game, and if somebody else is using that library, then the other person can't use that game.
On my
Works
Xbox,
exactly. If I lend you the game, I can't play the game, right?
well, no.
Okay, so
It was
it's
that way
basically
with every
saying,
console.
I lent you the game. I just always am in possession of the game. I can lend you the game. I'm just always in possession of the game.
Yeah,
And when
you
I
have to
want
go
to play
offline.
the game, it just boots you off.
Can't play together though.
No, you can't play together, but you can't play together on Xbox One if you have one disc.
That's the thing. That's always been that way with consoles though. You're lending someone your game.
We're talking about the exact same thing.
You guys really are. But that actually sounds more like an argument to go back to couch multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's happening. That's the big movement
I think
in
so
games
too,
right
because
now.
people it was so much more fun to sit with your friend and yell at them instead of some
Why?
stranger.
Well, now there's Screen Cheat and Duck Game and what else?
I mean,
Orbital Gear. There's some
never
cool
really
stuff.
Nintendo never abandoned that concept.
Nintendo hasn't really grasped new ideas either.
Well,
They're too busy hanging on to their former self.
Is that about all we got?
I think that's about it.
We touched on just about everything we could.
I think so.
Yeah, that was a
I
hard
suppose we
topic.
could talk about like.
It's a really hard topic. We all agree digital media is better.
I think so.
There is no incentive to go to digital for me, though.
I mean, there's no incentive.
Digital only.
I just don't want there to be only digital.
I mean, that's just where I just have a horse in that race because that's where 90% of my library exists is digitally.
Hope them servers don't go down.
You better hope Valve doesn't go under.
Oh yeah, that's gonna
Christ.
happen.
You know,
The
Okay.
it would be the $1 billion.
Don't say it won't.
the $1 billion esports magnate.
Just so you
It's
know.
basically what they exist as.
Just
now.
so you know, you have a friend that will always rub that statement in your face if it happens.
we will bring
Oh,
up this thing again.
I will be like, guess what, Jake? Valve went out of business.
I just don't think it could happen
You know,
at this point.
we need
A lot of businesses that go out of business didn't think it could happen either.
City.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I think that's about all we got anyway.
Yeah.
Like talk about
Unless you
facial
guys
hair
had
tips.
another addendum.
No, facial hair tips. Don't shave your beard.
Oh.
Yes, be a man.
Well, guys, go to YouTube.
Yeah,
Go to YouTube. Search Beardyheads. Please go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Search
We have a
Beardyheads.
fuck ton of content coming
Please
out.
subscribe.
Or go to our
Let
Facebook
me
page.
do my best Jeb Bush there. Please subscribe.
Please clap.
please clap.
Well, if you go
Please
to our
subscribe.
Facebook page, you will see our YouTube channel there.
Yeah, if you go to Facebook, also
over.
if you go to twitch.tv/beardyheads, facebook.com/thebeardyheads, it's the pinned post at the top. We need 100 subscribers so we can just say youtube.com/beardyheads instead
I thought it
of
was 50.
go look for it. No, it's 100 now.
100.
Ah, damn it.
They raised it. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Wish-
I feel like Captain Yossarian.
Yeah.
Just like they're raising the number of missions I gotta fly before I can go home. Also, you can follow Beardyheads on Twitter at Beardyheads. You can follow me on Twitter at Whole Enchilada. Steve,
At SBFought.
We tweet about things sometimes.
The stuff.
I'm
I
apparently a Luddite, so I don't have a Twitter.
Yeah, Dave doesn't believe in Twitter.
I mean, he's still
Of the
figuring out the
devil.
keyboard, spacebar. I mean, it's all.
That was more your
foreign.
bit than mine.
Oh yeah, that's my bit. That's right. Indie games and keyboards in my. I don't know. I don't get it. That just sounds weird. That sounds weird.
It's just I don't know.
If I can't play with my thumbs, I don't
No.
care.
No.
Oh God.
No more. No keyboard.
Anyways, don't forget we got another podcast, Beardyheads Book Club. Should be coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're probably listening to this on a Tuesday. It'll be out on a Wednesday. That's
Cute.
usually the way the schedule goes.
We read a book about Mars.
And
Yeah.
from now on, I believe we are going to start 3 Gamecasts and then a book club.
That'll be our
It's going to be
schedule.
our monthly schedule, so we're not sitting in here for 4 hours. We can get on with our day. Because I see a very angry child over here. Very
bet there are-
disappointed child with me.
There are probably
We're letting this
some-
go on so long. Oh, buddy.
There's probably some people that are angry
just
at
wants
us that
attention.
we can't see.
Okay, but anyways, I'm Jake,
I'm Steven.
And I'm Dave.
and eat it and eat it hard.
Closing statement.
No me gusta catchphrase.
No
Putas.
closing statement for you.
No me gusta
No
catchphrase.
more. You're outside. Afuera.